authoritative role. That is their position. So you really do have to just learn to play both roles, I guess.
Yeah, of course. And just on that topic of your bosses being authoritative, are there also times when, you know, they don't feel like your boss, they just feel like, you know, a friend?
Absolutely. So there is one girl that I actually went to high school with, and we were very, very good friends in high school, and she's recently become my manager. She's actually 2 months younger than me. So that is one that I had to adjust to,
Of
really.
course.
Yeah, working under her command, because, you know, I've always viewed her on the same level as me as a friend. There's another girl that I also am at university with, and we're in the same course at the moment, and she is my supervisor. So you have to work, you have to get to know how to work with that, you know, being friends at university and then going to work, and there she's my boss. So yeah, it really is, it's an adjustment, yeah.
Yeah, of course. And with the new staff that come in, obviously they're going to be of different ages again. How have you found your first impressions with them? So basically what I'm asking is, when someone approaches you and you have a good first impression with them, do you find that helps set the groundwork for a positive relationship in that working environment?
Absolutely, yeah. So a lot of the kids that come through, they can be quite tentative. So you do really have to kind of get in there and, you know, introduce yourself and get to know them. Otherwise, they, you know, if you don't take that first step, it really does just remain quite a shut-off relationship, and it does make it very hard to work together.
Of course.
So once you do take that first step, it does, you know, open them up, and it does make them a lot more comfortable to talk to you and to work with you as a colleague.
Of course. So given that the standard position is entry level, you obviously do get a lot of young kids who are potentially in their first job. So would you say that someone who's in their first job, this is a really important stage for them in their life, and the way you communicate with them could possibly even shape them as a person? Or
absolutely, yeah, and it definitely shapes the way that they view the workplace and the way that they view working in general. I would hate to have a young child come through in their first job position ever and, you know, absolutely hate it and think everyone was out to get them, and, you know, it would really, I imagine, you know, make them never want to work again. So it's definitely important to make everyone feel comfortable there and to make it a very happy working environment.
Yeah, and would you say that probably, well, from my personal experience, I've found that the best way to build relationship, build rapport with people is through communicating with them and listening to them when they have problems or issues. Would you find that that's similar in your line of work, that communicating really is the underlying tone of respect?
Yeah, with so many different, you know, managerial presences and, you know, a revolving door of staff members pretty much, you do have to make sure that communication is flowing throughout the entire workplace, otherwise things just don't operate, I guess. So we do try to keep constant memos coming through to keep everyone updated, and it is also, I guess, our job as staff members to make sure that everyone's understanding that and everyone's getting that information.
Yeah. And of course, with working at a cinema, I'd imagine that at stages it does get extremely busy. How have you found effective communication helping you during those busy times? So what sort of communication skills assist you in your workplace?
So having 12 different cinemas, it's often that multiple cinemas will come out at once, and these all need to be cleaned in a timely manner so that we can get the next group in for the next sitting. So it's definitely important to communicate to each staff member where they need to be and which cinema they need to be in to clean. It's also important that if you're in a cinema and it's very busy, you need to let everyone know that you need help, because otherwise you'll be left completely alone in a very busy cinema, and, you know, you can miss important times, you can miss start times, and, you know, it creates a definite issue with the customers because they all want to get into their movie on time, and saves us a lot of money having to not do the refunds when we get the cinemas open on time. So that definitely takes a lot of communication, and you have to know how to work with the others to achieve that goal, I guess.
Of course, and you just mentioned that some staff members may need to ask for help, which is, I'd imagine, where communication becomes paramount.
Absolutely.
Obviously, you don't want staff members that feel as though they can't approach you and ask for help, particularly the younger, potentially newer ones. So I imagine that effective communication is vital in that instance.
Absolutely, yeah. So communication through all ranks and all levels and with all different staff members. It's definitely vital that everyone knows what's going on, everyone's on the same page. And yeah, like you said, that everyone has, a level of comfort in coming to you and asking for that